I talked to y'all last time about the little aquaponic, hydroponic system, the farming system growing food through the food towers. Well, right now, one of my main goals is, by me, just got a big, large shipment, a large inventory. Over here, I got a little work yard. I'm basically ready for, you know, to start manufacturing, so I'm putting it out here, you know what I mean, and let y'all know, you know, that this is what's going on. But first of all, I want to put, you know, we want to be able to put 100 of these food towers in each project in Watts. Like, that's my main goal. Doing this food revolution thing. So basically, yeah, we're here, man, at ground zero. We'll be building these things from scratch, man. So get ready. See all that shit right there? Those the hydroponics. What a hole in it, what a big one at, the one that's made already. Oh, I guess we'll take, you know, yeah, this it, man. This one inventory. We got another inventory coming. Over 1,000 of these. This is what it was on our first little interview. Yeah. When it was butt naked, wasn't nothing on there. This is what it is, and this is what I meant by those towers. Each component is gonna produce like 500 pounds of food a year. So you got your choice. We'll have a menu lined up to where you can pick whatever you want, you know what I mean? And we'll put it in there for you. And anybody can have one of these in their backyard? Yeah, anybody, man. It's for anybody. Big, large apartment complexes, condos, homes, anything, you know what I mean? It's available to the public right now, you know, so. Leafy greens is what for these verticals is what works best. So, that being said, we're going to be doing some horizontal to be able to do bushes because we have enough supply now that we can start doing some experimenting. And we have actually some 15-foot runners that we're going to be playing with on that end. Okay. So that's amazing. So what do we have? What kind of greens is this right here with the red stems? That's like kale. Yeah. Kale greens. And these mint leaves, parsley, like mint leaves. Like, this stuff ready, you can eat this already. Just while you guys were interviewing over in the Downs, this was planted just minutes ago, really. And what's the black spongy material that is growing out of? It's a filament. I don't have the exact name for it now, but that's what the roots take hold through. They spread through it. So the water comes down. You know, this kind of acts as somewhat of an absorbent. There's other materials on the horizontal things that act as a better absorbent, you know. And is it like acting as soil, like what soil would do? No, it doesn't give it any of the food that soil gives it. The water has the food inside of it, and that's what runs through it, right? So it just is what the roots can take hold of. So soil is not required for these machines here? No, no. But the nice thing about what we're using here is organic tea instead of chemicals. So inside the system, instead of having chemicals go in there, we have organic. We take that organic material, put it in a bag, soak the water through it, make a tea, and that's what goes in here, so it's all natural. This right here is compost. We make compost tea. The tea to feed the tree. You water the trees with this tea, come into compost, and then we produce tea from this shit. It's potent, it's A1, so we just put a mixture of miscellaneous everything, shit. Old tree, fruits, old shit, you know. Mix everything, man. It's definitely some expensive stuff. I think it go for about $14 a gallon. Pasta? What's that? Pasta. Pasta, yup. You just put everything in there, man. All type of foods and shit like that. You know what I mean? Can't go wrong. Then the worms and shit gonna come. You know what I'm saying? That worm poop and all that. You know what I mean? It's all natural. So it's like a naturally created fertilizer, I guess. Right, right. You know what I'm saying? Lay it all out, level it, start watering it. Might get one of the compost machines, you know what I mean? They got like a compost machine, you dump all this stuff in and you just turn it like every once in a while, a couple of times a day. Stay wet, then you just turn it, then that shit that drip down. Oh man, that shit potent. So is it fair to say that when you see the label in the markets, this is organically grown? Would this fall under being organically grown? It's a very interesting question, right? So in the cannabis industry, they're trying to get a classification for hydroponically grown organic. And in the edible landscaping, they're in the same battle to where they want to get this as certified organic. So there's kind of a cousins or marriage there, and mind you, without the cannabis, we probably wouldn't even be talking today, because the investment that went into hydroponics through cannabis is now we're getting the rewards of that to be able to grow food. It's got everything down to a price point that it's doable. So from that being said, it's who's going to go first? Is cannabis going to accept organic on that side, or is this going to be accepted on this side? And either way, there's going to be some kind of relationship there, you know? So unfortunately, we can't sell this at the stores as organic.
Not yet.
Not yet. We got 2 million people coming into LA. I can't remember the projection over the next 10, 20 years, whatever the projections are. So we need to just absorb those stomachs. And there's plenty of room to share in growth, just absorbing the new people coming into town, you know? And then if the old people want to keep shopping, or however that all works. So we need to de-escalate competition, and that there's plenty of people need to eat, and especially here in Los Angeles, we've got such a huge influx of people that we just need not to compete. Let's just bring as much food to the table as we can, literally.
What does organic even mean now?
Man, organic mean native soil. That's it, with nothing in it. But you know, they come in with these fertilizers and all that and still saying that they're organic. But to me, it's native soil, which is the ground right here, the dirt, drop a seed, all natural. That's organic. But people got their ways to step up organic. You can, you know, sweeten it up a little bit too.
No, I thought organic just meant no chemicals used.
Right, and anything that you use, basically that's it. Boom, bam, ain't no chemical.
There's no chemicals here, right? This is tea here at the bottom.
Right, that's all compost tea, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. There's no chemicals.
But you know, the caveat to no chemicals used in dirt. And no pesticides used in dirt, right? And now, what are we saying, you know, when it's grown in plastic? Feel me? So, you know, there's as this science progresses and as things progress, the research and developments that are need to require, we need to make sure all this stuff is at its best. You know what I'm saying? So it isn't ready. It's ready to be sold. It's ready to be used. But is it ready to knock the grocery stores out? No, man. We got a long ways to go before we do that. And by the time that happens, the grocery stores will be in position to be involved with what we're doing. You know, I mean, it's just a matter of natural transformations.
So, now, if I wanted to have one of these in my backyard, what would the financial cost be? And then how much of my labor will be required to produce some of this food?
Alex with the good question.
Two right questions. The main two questions.
So can I go?
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm glad you asked it, because we're doing a Kickstarter to sell these. And that's what's going to start our social enterprise, right? So what we're coming out on market with this is $2,500, and that gives you 3 months of service. So you don't have to worry about anything. Now that service comes in 2 styles. We can have it for now and forever, where every time you walk out, you're gonna have full grown vegetation, and we'll have a menu for you to select from, and to whatever you wanna select, that's what you'll see. The second one would be, and so you won't have to ever do nothing, think about nothing, and you'll have continuously full stock all the time. $2,500, that's 90 days free service after that. The other package we have is $2,500, same 90 days, but we train you to become independent and be able to have your own. And we'll get your little baby started. We'll show you how to go to the babies in there. We'll teach you how to do stuff. So these are our 2 packages. We're going to be doing a Kickstarter. Hopefully by the time this video is out, we'll already have it. So look for us. We can, hopefully with Alex, we'll line up a link on that. When we got this donation, we were thrilled to think we were going to start our social enterprise with this. And one Sunday we're out here in prayer. We'll be open to say, the way we pray anyway. And God delivers the message to raise that bar up. And so it's our feelings that they all belong into the housing projects. So we got them, we're putting them in the housing projects. But we're not gonna do that for free and donate them, we're gonna create momentum with that. So we're selling them, so if you wanna donate $1,500, we'll put one of these in your name into the housing projects. And we're going to do 100 in each one of the housing projects, 3 of the housing projects. We're going to leave the Jordan down. They got plenty of money if they want to pay for theirs, and we'll do it there. But the other 3, the Imperial Courts, the Nickersons, and the Haciendas. Now, we've also been requested to do some that are outside of the projects. So because we got another order, we're going to do 100 spread out between the parks throughout Watts. So that's going to be 400 nano farms throughout Watts. And the budget, we'll go at 100 at a time so people don't fall over, to put 100 nano farms into the projects would cost $200,000. That's $1,500 for each nano farm, and then a $50,000 incubating place for that to happen. Now that's $200,000 to feed the kids year-round healthy salad for years. I'll say 10, but we'll say conservatively 5 years without any kind of problems. And for them to be able to feed themselves and learn how to feed themselves for $200,000. If that isn't an investment. So $1,500 from a person, we'll make one dedicated to you. It goes in the projects. We need 100 people like that, or 100 groups like that, however it runs out. This is our first thing. We're starting with the imperial courts.
And has that been approved yet?
We don't care about approval. We're doing it.
In the projects?
In the projects.
But isn't that government property?
We'll make it happen. We're working on God. That's the higher authority. So, like I said, I've already planted the surprise to Housing Authority. And then we're making sure we do due diligence to make sure that, hey, not only is it a good project, but it's a project that makes everybody successful and happy.
That'd be crazy to turn down health like that.
Is there special seeds that you have to feed this, or how do you get the vegetation to grow in the first place?
Yeah, you basically go seed. It's like a, for all you, because I know you got a few of them out there that grow weed. You can take the little Rockwell thing that you start your little clone in, and you just pop the seed in there when the root grows. And then right in here you can
okay, so you grow it outside in
right.
a pot.
They got a little nursery planters.
And then you pop it in
and
there
you
after.
just pop it in there.
And this will allow it to grow to full maturity.
Right. You can see there's just some small hair roots coming out right there. So those hair roots will dig into that, and it'll be off and running.
Just like that.
Wow. Are those like, the hair roots are kind of like white or light in color?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Cool.
And then just the simple, you got a whole tray of them. The simple is, whoop. Now you've just planted a plant. And guess what? My back doesn't hurt. You don't have to go back and weed anything. You won't get a backache, and you'll eat. Justin Mayo, who did the Imperial Court Kids facility, got Adidas to redo that. Are you familiar with that project over there? Just within like the last year or so ago. So when he got that project done, it was a $2 million deal. Got new gym, new floor, everything for the kids, right? So he'd been over there working for like 10 years and heard that the gym was going to be shut down and that the city didn't have the money to fund the gym, right? And so he went in, Justin Mayo, in case you guys don't know, Mayo Clinic, that's him. He's family from the Mayo Clinic. So that's buku bucks for anybody that doesn't know who I'm talking about, real big money. So anyway, he cut the Kardashians and got a little bit of interest and raised some money and got some sponsorship and got that project done. By keeping that gym open, now kids have joy, and kids are going to have fun, and they're going to have memories, and their economic or their social equity is higher than if they were despondent, depressed, and couldn't wait to leave out of there. Then they're easier to move. That's their social equity then. So literally, these people are making decisions on increasing or decreasing people's social equity to be able to make it more equitable to do a development. They had the math backwards, that if they would invest in these people, that everyone benefits. The development benefits, the less policing, less everything. It's better on the balance sheet. So this is what we need to make aware, right? This is the statement of putting these in the projects, that if we invest in people's social equity, that everyone benefits. If we decrease in people's social equity, that everyone is damaged. And the old model is, unfortunately, in these developments is deplete social equity of the individuals to where they're easy to get out of the neighborhood and then come in, do the development. Their only deep thought is, what is my depreciation? What is the balance sheet? How much am I going to make on my retail? They're doing the math of the business for 20 years out. Politicians are doing the math of their politics for 4 years out. And citizens need to start thinking about their social equity on a 20-year out. And this is how we make moves on that social equity.
I'm really just on some entrepreneur type stuff, man. I just want to be, you know what I'm saying, this businessman one day that's able to provide for the community and whoever else like in need, you know what I'm saying, be resources for my peoples and whoever else that need it, you know what I mean? So that's where my mind at. I understand, like, you know, it's good to work, have a job, occupy your time. That's the main thing, and don't just fall into the traps and stuff, man. Stay free out here, stay sucker free, whatever it takes, you know what I'm saying? Let's just get this money, man, and stay focused, you know what I mean, and get your health and shit right, man, you know what I mean? Get your life in order, because once a person start eating right, and get to thinking right, man. So, like I said, man, sky's the limit, brothers.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Feel free to comment below so you can give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related episodes to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description, and thanks for watching StreetTV.net.